Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Gbagedemo TV. I am Sanut Olakomi Ajikade. First, hear the major headlines for the world news. Struggle broke into court as Roland Otario fight Femi Falana. You've performed below average, MBF to Buhari. 133 million Nigerians remain multidimensionally poor in 2022. Ogun officials demand 1.5 million naira bribe, demolish church and houses. Government shoots Rivers PDP PCC youth mobilizer. Alhambra man 75-year-old remanded for impregnating 13-year-old girl. Now on foreign. Ngozi Fulani's charity organization under investigation after racist encounter. And lastly, on sports. Qatar World Cup final will be my last game for Argentina, says Messi. Now hear the news in details. Roland Otario, who is representing the third and sixth defendants in the court, picked the word of fight with Femi Falana over the fiat, after which Femi Falana has warned Roland to desist from requesting from a fiat he had earlier presented to the court. Adekwele Ojo, the judge presiding over the case, shown Roland Otario, the counsel, to be mindful of statements and accused of trying to sabotage the sitting. Ocon added Ita counsel to one of the fifth defendants also failed to present the witness in court and apologize, which makes the judge call him over his previous behavior despite knowing he has no witness. Oyetunde Kwazin, 7 defendants, was questioned by Moritala Abdulrashid in court over removal of a white Hilux bus from Osun to Abuja, and was asked on how he drove to Abuja but denied never killing the victim nor traveling to Abuja. Falana also questioned Oyetunde Kwazin about the Timothy Skulls laptop and phone, where Oyetunde explained that Rahim Adedoyin led them to take the dead body to Ede Road with an Hilux box. Oyetunde further explained that Rahim dropped the laptop and phone beside the corpse. During the proceeding, further evidence refused that Oyetunde once wrote a statement that he was surprised seeing the vehicle in Abuja. Oyetunde then refused to admit he might be aware that Adedoyin was in the hotel during the time he was asleep. Adekwele Ojo finally adjourned the case till tomorrow, 16th December 2022, after Femi Falana promised to be present. The Middle Belt Forum has said President Muhammadu Buhari performed below average since he took over the reins of the Nigerian government on May 29, 2015 till now. MBL said Buhari's administration has failed leaving Nigerians worse off than it made than 7.5 years ago, especially as insecurity and poor economy bite harder. The forum said this on Wednesday in reaction to President's statement that he has done his best for the country. The National Bureau of Statistics said it will begin the zonal dissemination of its MPI report in January 2023. Samuel Adeniran, Statistician General of Federation and NBS Chief Executive Officer, announced this at the second National Consultative Committee of Statistics on Wednesday in Lagos State. Highlights of the 2022 Multidimensional Poverty Index survey by NBS revealed that 63% of persons living in Nigeria are multidimensionally poor. The national MBI is 0.257, indicating that poor people in Nigeria experience just over 1/4 of all possible deprivations. A community leader at Kajala in the Mowe Ibafo area in the Obafemi Owode local government area of Ogun State, Taiwo Atoda, has accused officials of the State Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development of demolishing some houses, including a Celestial Church or Cries, because of his inability to pay a bribe of 1.5 million naira. The community leader said he sold the land to the residents said the ministry demolished the place. Platform Times gathered that officials of the ministry reported stormed the community in a bus and a pickup van on Thursday, November 24, 2022, in the company of 10 mobile police officers who provided cover for them while the operation lasted. It said the officials came in October to demolish the structures, but we did not allow them. They left that day, so I went to their office at Abeokuta and I was told by one of the officials to pay 1.5 million naira if I did not want them to demolish the houses. I told them to be patient until they came to demolish the place because I was not around. The plan is to give 5 acres of land in the area to an influential person who approached them. We were told that the land was allocated to him in 2008, but we documented our survey in 2006 and we have repeatedly checked it and there is no indication that the place was once allocated. The Director for Youth Mobilization Officer, Atiku Okowa campaign in Rivers State, Rino Owokire, has been shot by government suspected to be political talks. Owokire was allegedly shot while going home in Alu, Ikwere local government area of the state on Wednesday night. This is coming a month after Owokire was allegedly kidnapped and forced to denounce his support for Atiku. Earlier in November, Owokire was seen in a viral video in a cave-like location denouncing support for Atiku under duress. In the sad video, he was surrounded by some persons who were guarding his utterance even as he was visibly frightened. The State Commissioner of Police, Ogun Efion, has ordered an investigation to unravel the circumstances surrounding the incident and promised that those behind the act will be apprehended. A chief magistrate court sitting in Awka, Anambra State, has remanded a 75-year-old man Sunday Mogalo in prison for allegedly raping a 13-year-old girl put in his custody. The teenager, who was recently delivered of a baby after being allegedly impregnated by the suspect, was rescued by the State Ministry of Women and Social Welfare. Mogalo, who resided at Umuoruka Village, Awka, Anambra State, was on Wednesday brought before the Children, Sexual and Gender-Based Violence Court, Awka, presided over by Chief Magistrate Genevieve Ozakwe. He was arraigned on 3 counts of defilement, carnal knowledge, emotional, verbal, and psychological abuse. Now on foreign. A charity sister space managed by Ngozi Fulani, who is at the heart of the latest Buckingham Palace race roll, could face an official probe into its finances in response to a string of claims made online. The Charity Commission is reportedly assessing materials related to abuse and domestic violence against Charity Sister Space, which offers support to victims of abuse and violence within the African and Caribbean communities. Sahara reporters earlier reported how Buckingham Palace in November faced accusation of racism after the late Queen's Lady-in-Waiting, Lady Susan Hussein, aroused Fulani to disclose where she really came from. And lastly, on sports. PSG star Lionel Messi has confirmed he will play his last World Cup game when Argentina takes a France or Morocco in Sunday's World Cup final. The 35-year-old led Argentina to a 3-0 win over Croatia in the semi-final on Tuesday night, and we earned his 172nd cap at the weekend when he tries to bring the country its first World Cup title since 1986. The 7-time Ballon d'Or winner, whose 5 goals in Qatar can only be equaled by Paris Saint-Germain teammate Kylian Mbappe, has given himself one last shot at winning the only trophy that invades him. I'm very happy to finish my journey in the World Cup in a final, to play the last game in a final. That really was gratifying. Everything I experienced in this World Cup has been emotional, seeing how much it has been enjoying in Argentina. I would say the first match, the defeat against Saudi Arabia, was a hard blow because it has been unbeaten in 36 matches. To start in such a way in a World Cup, we did not think we would lose to Saudi Arabia. And that concludes the world news for this hour. But before we go, here's some of the major headlines once again. Struggle broke in court as Roland Otari fight Femi Falana. You've performed below average. MBF to Buhari. 133 million Nigerians remain multidimensionally poor in 2022. Ogun officials demand 1.5 million naira bribe, demolish church and houses. Government shoots reverse PDP PCC youth mobilizer. To join us on all our social media handles, on Facebook at Gbagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo, kindly follow the page and share the page. And on YouTube as Baba Gbagede Imo TV, subscribe to our YouTube channel, comment under the comment section and share the page as well. And on Instagram as Gbagede Imo _22, follow the page and share the page. And for the placement of your advert or event coverage, call the number showing on the screen. Thanks so much for always watching our news on BGI TV. I am Sanut Olakomi Ajikeade. Bye.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV. You're one in a million. Oh, na na na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV. You're one in a million.